Results from LFA 80 and UFC 246, a potential showdown for Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor, and new local matchup announcements. This is your Colorado MMA News Weekend Wrap-Up. LFA 80 went down this past Friday night in Albuquerque, New Mexico. An Elevation Fight team had 3 fighters representing Colorado MMA on the card, including Jose Chepe Machine Gun Mariscal in the main event. Josh Marsh got the night started for the Elevation Fight team as he took on Nino Gavinho in a featherweight showdown. Marsh showed impressive durability and composure under pressure in round 1, weathering an early storm by Gavinho. Round 2 was a back-and-forth affair that saw Marsh in the round with a late takedown. He picked up where he left off in round 3 and brought the fight to Gavinho, pushing the pace and clearly winning the exchanges for the final 5 minutes. Despite Marsh leading the action, in the end, 2 of the 3 judges evidently felt that the hometown fighter Gavinho did enough to take the split decision victory. Despite ending up on the wrong end of the judges' scorecards, Marsh showed impressive skills and is clearly a great talent to keep an eye on moving forward. In the 10th bout of the night, Elevation's Carrington jet-setter Banks showed off great technical grappling prowess, nullifying his opponent Chris Brown's diverse striking game. Banks' cardio proved superior, having Brown breathing heavy coming off of the stool beginning the second round. In the end, it was a dominant 3-round performance for Banks as he dragged Brown into deep water, never letting him breathe while chipping away with strikes over the full 15 minutes. Carrington's wrestling ability proved to be too great for the much-hyped Chris Brown, and as the fight concluded, it was obvious there are levels to this game. Banks took home the unanimous decision victory, the 9th of his professional career. In the main event of the evening, Chepe Mariscal picked up an extra 20% of his opponent's purse before he even stepped into the cage due to Steve Garcia Jr. missing weight by 3 pounds. Garcia was visibly the larger man in the cage, and Chepe faced early adversity, getting rocked in the first few exchanges of the fight. He was able to survive, however, tie Garcia up, and recover. He started to chop Garcia down with leg kicks and knees halfway through the first, landing a big hip toss takedown at the end of the first round. Garcia may have been the physically bigger man, but Mariscal proved his heart was even bigger. Chepe came out strong again in the second round, but the fight unfortunately ended in a controversial manner after a shot to the back of the head of Mariscal opened up a gash, which led to an early stoppage by the ref. A disappointing end to an incredible fight. Regardless of the outcome, Mariscal showed us he's an entertainer and will undoubtedly bounce back stronger than ever. The following night, UFC 246 took place in Las Vegas, Nevada, with the much-anticipated main event fight between Conor McGregor and Colorado-born Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone. 303 Training Center's J.J. Aldrich got the fight card started off and may have been robbed when the bout went to a decision after a bloody 3-round affair. It seemed as though she did enough with her boxing through 15 minutes to get the judge's nod, but in the end, Sabina Mazo would take the split decision win. Aldrich was effective with her striking and looked to land the heavier punches, but it wasn't enough for the judges. Look for Aldrich to come back even hungrier her next time out. Elevation Fight Team's Drew Dober opened up the ESPN prelims portion of the card, and he looked phenomenal while it lasted. Dober added to his career highlight reel with a first-round knockout of the much-hyped Nasrat Haqparast just 1 minute and 10 seconds into the fight. With the win, Dober has now won 5 of his last 6 and has made a strong argument for getting a top 15 ranked opponent in his next bout. The impressive performance from Dober was recognized by the UFC brass at the end of the night as he was rewarded with a $50,000 knockout of the night performance bonus, picking up his 22nd career pro win in the process. Watch out for what's next from the surging lightweight, Drew Dober. On the main card, Maurice Green of Factory X Muay Thai looked great on the feet, but once Alexei Olenek got the fight to the ground, Green found himself defending repeated submission attempts from the ground specialist. Green started off well again in round 2, but the fight would soon find its way back to the mat, where he eventually succumbed to a tight armbar submission by Olenek. Green fell to 8-4 with the loss, but 3-2 overall in the UFC. Expect another good matchup for him in the near future. Raquel Pennington of Pound for Pound Fitness rematched Holly Holm in the co-main event of the evening. Unfortunately, it seemed as though Holm did not want to engage much with Pennington on the feet, as she continuously pushed her to the fence, holding her there, content with winning rounds through simply keeping Pennington on the grappling defensive. At the end of 3 rounds, not much damage was done, but the judges decided that Holmes' fence-hugging strategy was enough to award her with a decision. A tough outcome for the always game Raquel Pennington. And in the main event, the notorious one, Conor McGregor, made quick work of Donald Cowboy Cerrone, landing shoulder strikes in the clinch to bloody Cowboy's nose, then landing a head kick that would be the beginning of the end for Cerrone, as McGregor finished him off with powerful left hands and sharp ground and pound that saw the ref call a halt to the fight just 40 seconds in. Justin Gaethje of Elevation Fight Team wasted no time asking for the next fight after McGregor's win, tweeting out, "That man is good. Bitch move to take that fight. Say my name at the Notorious MMA." McGregor vs. Gaethje is certainly a fight that makes sense and would be exciting for the fans. However, in the post-fight press conference, UFC President Dana White said that McGregor vs. Khabib 2 is the fight to make. Whether or not McGregor is next for him, keep an eye out for Gaethje's next opponent to be announced soon. And in local matchup news, Colorado Combat Club 5 takes place on February 29th, and a new heavyweight bout has been announced. Brent Campbell, 1-0 of On Point Striking, will take on Patrick Gorman of Z's Training Gym in Gorman's MMA debut. And that's your Colorado MMA News Weekend Wrap-Up. Go follow these fighters and check back later in the week for the weekend preview where we highlight the upcoming weekend's fight action. In the meantime, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Prize Fighting Business, follow us on Instagram at Colorado MMA News, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, Corey Mannion.